Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Minami here again with another YouTube video, and this video is completely different from all the others I do. As you must have seen from the title of this video, this is going to be a story time. I've been doing makeup, hair, and all the DIY and the good stuff, but one of my subscribers requested I do a story time, and sometime last year I had a very terrible experience, so I decided to share this story with you all. Hope you are going to learn a thing or two from my story or experience. And with all that said, let's just jump right into the story time. Okay. I don't know where to start. I'm trying to put my emotions together, trying to put myself together so I don't cry, because just the thought of this story makes me want to cry. But I'm good. So last year on the 5th of September, if you don't know, I'm a makeup artist, so people usually call me to come do their makeup and stuff. So on this fateful day, yes, on the 5th of September, I don't remember if it was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or Friday, but it was on the 5th of September 2018. This designer had contacted me and kind of booked me to do makeup for some models for our upcoming collection. So she said it was going to be on the 5th of September and we had to start at 12 p.m., like 12 noon. So at 12 she didn't call me. I kept on doing other things at home. 12 past 1, and I was like, if she hasn't called me, maybe she has probably cancelled the shoot or something. And it was almost 2 getting to 3 in the afternoon, and this lady called again saying it was because of she had some setbacks, but we were still going to carry on with the shoot. So I hurriedly packed my things. Put my things together. Then I went to the road, took a taxi, and went to see this lady. When we got there, we went to she took the other models, and went to the photographer's place. So I did the makeup, we did everything. We're all there together doing the makeup, they're doing the shoot. I was practically done with what I had to do, but since the photographer's studio is right inside, I could not just leave and go back to the road. She had hired a taxi that had to come and pick us back up. So after doing the makeup and the shoot, towards the end of the photo shoot and stuff, she said they should carry the couch from the photographer's parlor, and so because he has a house, he lives in a house, but he has taken one part of his house to be his studio kind of. So I was just there snapchatting using my phone. Then I heard a loud, like very loud sound, like something fell. But in my mind I thought is maybe since they were carrying the couch to take some last pictures with the models, I thought maybe that's the chair that just fell or something. And before I knew it, people were on the floor, and then I looked up and saw a man that had a gun. A man was carrying a gun, and apparently it was not the chair that had fallen. The guy who came in with the gun had pulled, and I'd call it the blind or something. He pulled it down, and so it fell. People were all on the floor. I was so confused, so I went under the table. I did not even know if they were seeing me or something, but I just went under the table, and for a moment I felt like I was safe. I didn't even know they could see me from the under the table. So since I was online, I was doing Snapchat and all, waiting for them to round up with the video, with the shoot. I was trying to put off, I had an iPhone 5 SE. I was trying to put off my phone such that I'm not going to be getting notifications and all. So I'm trying to put on my phone. One of those guys saw me. There were actually 5 of them. 4 of them had guns, and one person had I don't know if it's a machete or a knife, but the knife was really very sharp, this one that butchers use and stuff. So I was trying to put off my phone, like to turn off the data and just those who have iPhones, you know, to turn off your phone, you have to press the button for a long time and slide. So one of these guys saw me from under the table. I was trying to put up my phone, and he thought I was trying to call the police. So he came. I did not even know he was seeing me. I was struggling to put up my phone. I was scared. I was trembling. He came and slapped me from under. Like, man, nobody has ever beaten or slapped me like that. I don't even know what happened. There was kind of like a cloth or something, a wallpaper covering the table halfway. He slapped me, and the wallpaper practically tore, and he pulled me out from there, from under the table, like pulled me out with so much force. I didn't even know how to think. It made me so, I did not know. And he kept on saying I was trying to call the police. I told him I was not trying to call the police. He took the phone from me, and I was standing, since he pulled me up from underneath the table. I was standing, and then he just dropped me down, like, you know, if you're carrying a bag or something and you just drop it down. So he dropped it down. I was so scared. I was down on the floor praying. I didn't even know what to think, what would happen next. He collected my phone, and he also collected the photographer's phone or something from behind his pocket, but he didn't carry phones from everybody. So we're just there. At that point, I was lying down on the floor with the other people that were there. We were about 7. The designer, yeah, there were 3 boys and 4 girls, because one of the ladies who came she came with her junior sister or her assistant, like that. So I was on the floor. Then one of those guys, after they have been talking and saying all kinds of things, they didn't even know we're there for a photo shoot or something. They were saying we're enjoying or stuff. When I was on the floor, I was panicking. I didn't even know what to think. It was the first time ever that I had to see thieves in my whole life. I didn't know what was going to happen next. I was so confused. I got in my phone. I didn't even know what to think. So one of these guys came back, because some of them were surrounding us, gathered. Then the rest were going to the other rooms. Like I said, the photographer lives in the house. Then part of it is his studio. They're going through the other rooms. Then one of these guys came back and picked me up from the floor and was like, they should not just come here and go, and people are going to say thieves came here. They should kill somebody. And you know who they picked up from the floor? Me. I don't know what to think. I've been seeing guns around, like policemen passing day in, day out. I've been seeing guns, but nobody has ever pointed a gun straight to my face. So in all that fried anger, after he picked me up and he was pointing the gun to my face, that they should not just come here and leave, they should kill, at least they should kill somebody. So if they said thieves came, it should be that they did something. So I was so confused, and I was screaming and shouting. I was like, you already took my phone, you took everything, like makeup. There were things just scattered everywhere. They are taking even some people's wristwatch, because there were some model guys there. They took things. So I was shouting, you have taken, I was just scared. I was panicking, and I was shouting. I was like, you have collected my phone, you have collected everything, so I have nothing. What? And then as he was still pointing the gun at me and I was talking and screaming, one of those guys came from the photographer's room, and he came to the studio side of the house and was like, he spoke in pidgin. Was like, leave it first. And then the man dropped me back on the floor, and I was lying down there, because apparently he had found some money in the other room. He found, when they left, we discovered it was 1 million. They collected the photographer's laptop, collected watches, phones, all those things. So apparently they saw money. So he led me there on the floor, and still again, I did not know. I kept on visualizing that gun. They were still there. Somebody was trying to look up, and they'll be like, don't look, or this or that. They were trying to scare us. After they had collected all those things, they left. They actually collected the key of the photographer's house where we were, and they locked us inside and went. When those people left, I never know what to think. All I could think at that point, I even stopped thinking about the gun experience. I started in my head, I was like, oh goodness, my YouTube channel. Like, that was the first iPhone I ever had in my whole life. I was like, oh, my YouTube, my contacts, everything we tried opening the door was locked, and we tried opening the door was locked. They had locked us inside. We started screaming. The neighbors came now, and because they left the key out of the door, but they locked us inside, so we could not open it from inside. So some of the neighbors came in and opened the door and came and started asking what happened, and we're like, thieves came here, they collected this. The whole place was scattered. I don't know if they bricked the guy's ring light, but they collected his flat screen from the wall. They collected phones, but they didn't collect from everybody. That's the strange part of everything. They not collect phones from everybody, but they collected from a few and all that. I remember one lady, one of the models, she was putting on a wig and she had one hat. On trying to remove the hat, they took off her wig and all those things. So the neighbors came and they were asking what had happened. And you will not believe it. While some of the neighbors were there trying to ask us what had happened, then the second gang came in. Same night, was still in shock. Another gang comes in. Like this time, I don't even know how I got behind one of the backdrops, the photographer's backdrops, since we're in the studio side. I went there and I was just like, oh Jesus, because some people were lying down on the floor and me, yeah, again, I was hiding behind one of the backdrops. I don't know what to think. It was almost like this was the end. They came in, they were talking. I just heard the designer girl, she was talking and saying some guys left here already, they collected everything, but still yet they picked up her purse from the table, opened it and was trying to check if there was money there. And the guys claimed they were vigilante or so, and they were following the other people who had come there. So after that, eventually after talking and talking, they left. So the second time, when the second gang came in, some of the neighbors had come there, and I was so confused. I had this, and like I said, the photographer studio was inside and they had stopped bikes and all from walking. And one other strange thing, something I forgot, those thieves came at about 20 minutes after 7, like, or I don't know if it was to 7 or so, but it wasn't late at night at all. It wasn't late. So at that point, we could not leave. We had to sleep at the photographer's place. We were on the floor. I was thinking, yes, I went to one of the neighbors. I begged for a phone to call my mom and tell her we had been attacked by thieves and no longer have a phone, because that was the only number that could come to my head. I lost everything, no money. They collected the money that was in our purse. The makeup was scattered everywhere and all those kinds of things. So we're there the whole night. I could not sleep. I just kept on thinking, my YouTube channel, my phone, how was I going to start? Then I was thinking my mobile money, my SIM card in my phone, my makeup and all those things. So we stayed up all night. We're just sitting crying, all we're waiting. Like that was the longest night of my whole life. We're just there on the floor sitting thinking. Then some people were trying to crack jokes, but I was just thinking, man, like I almost died. Like if that boy just pulled the trigger, like he pointed the gun to my face, all I have said, like I came to do makeup, I came to find money or something. So everything was just so confusing. It was too much for me to process everything. So the next day, and I was putting on a wig, so I took off the wig. We're just sitting there on the floor. I don't know what to do. Oh goodness, I don't know what to do. I was just so confused. Like I would have lost my life in any time, and I would have said, oh, I went to do makeup and so. So the next day, one of the neighbors, I don't know how magically, one of the girls there, one of the models, had money in her bag. She claimed nobody had, the thieves didn't see the money that she kept in her bag. That's what she claimed, that they did not see the money. So she boarded a taxi and we all went to the police station to give our report. When I remember, I don't know if I was walking barefooted or I was just frustrated. I carried my things in my hand. I just hurriedly packed all the rest of the things. Some of the makeup things were actually broken. So we left, went to the police station. They gave us papers to write a report. Then from there, somebody proposed we went to MTN and kind of tried to block our mobile money account, so no matter what they have to do with their phones, they should not get our mobile money. When I came back then, and what was very terrible about this experience is that they stole from the designer, everybody, so I almost got killed and I didn't get paid. Like, you cannot start asking for money from somebody that they also stole from. I lost my phone, lost my money, my makeup things got broken, I almost died. I came back to the house, it was terrible. I was looking messed up. I not showered or anything. I was trying to put myself together. I remember when I got back to the house, I just sat on the floor. I was crying and thinking. The whole time, I did not eat for like, I don't know, I kept on thinking. I had no numbers. The only number, like I said, I had was my mom's number. And that night, I remember, yes, it's like my mom told my dad. So my dad is out of the country. So he texted the guy that I had used the phone to call. And we're talking online. He was trying to find a way that my uncle can come and take me, but it was really terrible. So when I got back to the house, I was just sitting on the floor. I was crying. I was just thinking, wow, like, I almost died. Like, they pointed a gun at me. Like, I would have died in no time. I started thinking. The whole time, I was just traumatized, trying to process it. Like, so I'm struggling. I'm trying to earn a living. And I go out to get some money. And that's it. I almost get killed. I lost my phone, lost my makeup. I didn't even know where I was going to stand, man. Like, a girl didn't ever know she was going to have an iPhone. Like, that was my first iPhone. I was there. The whole time I was traumatized. I remember I no go out for like a week. I was just in the house. When I was shower, I would not want to eat. I just sat. There's a purple chair in our living room. I just sat there, and each time I'll just be looking at the wall, looking around, and just thinking. Now at that point, I stopped thinking about my phone. I started thinking. Each time I'll just sit, or now it gave me fright. Each time, because our country is presently in a state of crisis, so each time I hear like a gunshot or I see somebody with a gun, it just makes me scared. And the experience left me with, I don't know how I can call it, but each time I go somewhere, like even if I come for an occasion, a party or something, each time I just get into a building or something, the next thing just comes to my head, like, start looking for a place that you hide. I just always feel like people are going to come and attack, and maybe they're going to kill me or something. So I was just there the whole time. I was thinking the trauma was just going through my head. I was messed up. I lost some kilos. I'm not even fat yet, but I lost some kilos. So I was just there, everything, thinking. Then worst of all, you know, when people kept on asking the question, I remember some of my neighbors had come, because apparently some of those girls, they are like, one is an actress and stuff, so the news had gone to Facebook. So some of my neighbors and her sisters, she came to my house to come and see how I was doing, you know, like just trying to recount the story and everything. It just made, like, I was constantly crying, just thinking, like, man, yeah, you can lose your life at any moment. I started thinking like quitting makeup, like giving up and all these things, because getting a phone, trying to start up again, I didn't know where I was going to, how I was going to pick myself up. I was just there. Some people were throwing their own comments, or like, this bikini, you too like money, or this, man. I'm trying to be independent. I'm working hard, but in the process of working hard, I get attacked, lost everything. But okay, back to present and the lesson. So after all that trauma, eventually I grew up from the trauma. I could never write my exams, so I was in my final year and stuff. But I grew up from the trauma, and as you all know, I finally graduated. But now I'm fine. Yeah, they stole an iPhone 5 SE, but now your girl has an 8 Plus. Yes, yes. So I've grown, and all this to say, yeah, it was really horrible, and sometimes it really makes me feel so sad each time I think about it. Like, or I see a gun, I literally have fright in my head. I just feel like maybe sometimes I'm unfortunate, like, why was I the only person that came and picked up or this from the floor? But all that to say is, no matter what somebody takes from you, like what somebody told me, they didn't cut off my hands. I'm still here, I'm still working hard. I thought of giving up, but at that verge of giving up, I don't know where I found that resilience within me. Like, I still had to work. Maybe the devil wanted me to have the experience and stop doing makeup. Like, now I don't really do makeup, like going to the studio or when I want to do it. Yes, I'm trying to be very precautious, but you can never be so careful in life. But now I became better. I had a better phone, which I did not even know I was going to have. So this is just to say, no matter what, and please, another thing, if you are ever attacked by thieves, don't try following them to like get back. You might end up losing your life in the process. A neighbor's child died with a similar experience where they got his phone and he went back to get the phone and they beat him up and he died of internal bleeding. If I would have done that, I just started thinking, each time I hear of an attack like that, I just start thinking, oh, like I would have also died or this. So everything is vanity, and so far as there's life, there's hope. I'm here. I made more money. I got myself another phone, which after that I got another phone. I kept on improving, like going better and better. I got this other one or that, and yeah, I'm here today. People can even see from the video quality, and compared to what I used to have, is better. So it's just to say there's always hope. You can always work hard. Rather than you losing your life for maybe an iPhone or an S10 or whatever the case might be in your own situation, just try to let it go and just thank God for your life. Like, I'm alive today is a miracle. I would have been shot, I would have died that night. And even if they brought 50 iPhones, if they kill you, your life is not going to come back. So just cherish your life, know your life is precious, and don't give up. Keep working, keep striving. And so that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you learned towards the end that everything about life is vanity and stuff. And what I think about the whole robbery situation, I think it was planned, because normally thieves will not come somewhere and maybe there are 8 people or 7 and they collect about 4 phones and it's okay. So I spoke after that. After a while, I spoke when I finally got a phone. I spoke with the photographer one time and he was like, it was kind of plans. They knew about the money. Somebody had a million and something, but they also collected money from the photographer, from me, and all the other people that were there. So it's like they knew about the money, so they came to they came for the money. But we're just unfortunate that we were there at that time, and your girl was unfortunate that she was the one that almost got killed. But so that was it. So just be very careful when. And another thing, follow your instincts. If you have planned on something and you are about to go somewhere and you're feeling like your spirit is low, please don't go. Follow your heart. Don't go. Just try to pray and leave everything for God, and just know if you are alive is a blessing, because maybe I would have not lived to share this story. Maybe I would have died. I would have not just lost my phone or makeup or anything. I would have died along the line. So but I'm here, I'm alive, I'm working out, I'm not giving up, I'm strong. So you should be strong too. And thank you all so much, and see you guys on my next one.